So this is my Pacific Coast iris. It's purple, purpley color. It was infested with earwig and now it's being destroyed by the heat wave. I'm gonna see if I can save it. It's currently in a 1-gallon pot, and it was doing very well until it has a bunch of earwigs and we took it out here. I guess it's because it has too much sun or too much heat. Pacific Coast iris generally like to be in an environment where it's shaded. It's not like the regular iris where it needs 6 hours of sun. This iris needs to be planted underneath a tree. It only needs a few hours of sun, and it does not like to be in the heat very much. So what I am trying to do is I am trying to repot it and trying to see if it will survive. Obviously it's been out here for, I believe, almost a week, and there are no more earwigs because the plant is a little bit weak. Let's see here. I am trying to get my tripod to stand up straight. Sorry about that. I'm not a very good videographer, not a very good photographer, because that is not my expertise. And my expertise is not in iris either, because I just love flowers. And so I was given these iris here, and I'm going to find a box because I don't want to make a mess. So obviously there is a sign of an earwig in here. Here's a small earwig. It's overly crowded. It's trying to survive. And what I am doing right now is I'm trying to divide it and try to save the one that is going to hopefully stay alive. As you can see, it was in a 1-gallon pot, and it's very it needed more space and soil. I don't know if I can save any of it. This one is actually dying. There's no life to it. It's gone. So I see a few signs of life here, and I am trying to separate the plant, the live one from the dead one, because obviously it was it wanted space, being that it was in a 1-gallon pot. But I have to also be careful that I don't allow the dead irises or the dead, I don't know if they still call it rhizomes, even though they're Pacific Coast iris. But I got this and I didn't pay much attention to it because I was busy doing a lot of other things. Okay, so this one here, it looks like it's gone. It's very dry. There's no life left. You see, there's no life left in it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go straight in here. I'm trying to get the green one and separate the green ones from the dead ones, and I'm gonna try to revive it, and I'm gonna try to actually put it in another pot. Hopefully it will survive. There's also dry roots, meaning that it was root bound and the root are dying. There's basically no life left in this iris here. And honestly, it's kind of hard to save it because it's bounded together. Very, 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 very thick. It's gonna be a big mess to clean up later on. But here it is. Here's a happy sign right here. See, this is a healthy one. This one is still, this is drying up. So this one is still green right here. This rhizomes here. So I'm gonna try not to destroy it. I'm going to pull and separate the roots. Honestly, I don't know very much about the Pacific iris, so I don't want to damage the main roots of the plant here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start separating the roots here. And gonna have to. Okay, another happy sign. There's life here. There's not a lot of so these here's are like dry roots. I don't know if you can see it, but these are dry roots. And there are a lot of them. I don't know if you can see it. And we have one plant here that is still green and happy. So we need to separate it from the dead ones. And oh boy, okay, so I could feel don't know if there's any. Okay. yank it in half. But it's very, very hard. And I suggest to wear gloves. It hurts. Oh my God, it hurts. Okay, so here's another iris here that is actually alive, kinda. And I'm gonna try to save that as well. Ouch. The dry leaf cut my fingers. So definitely don't garden without protections. Now I'm kind of thinking, so I'm understanding the Pacific iris a little bit. These are the rhizomes right here. So this middle rhizomes here are still alive. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna take out all the dead root, and I'm just gonna start tearing it, and hopefully, so this rhizome here, it still have a green leaf here. Hopefully I can save it and put it in a pot and it will survive. So the Pacific Coast iris, because they have very thick and sharp edges, when they dry, they become very, very sharp. And also because they're very thick and they bind together because they're in a pot, a lot of earwigs and other bugs like to live in it. So if you don't like to deal with bugs, especially earwigs, if you grow a garden with like eggplants and tomatoes and stuff, you want to grow it away from your fruit plant. You don't want to grow it too near your fruit plant because you don't want it to start getting infected with earwigs, and then essentially they'll eat all your vegetables. Oh my God. I actually, honestly, I did not buy these irises for myself, and this is my very first Pacific Coast iris that I was given. Ow, that hurts. It's my very first that I was given, and I'm trying to just, you know, keep it alive and try to save its life, what's left of it. But I don't know if I wanted to keep it. The pictures was very pretty. Oh my God. Okay, here it is. I did it. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Okay, I did it. I thank God I did it because it hurts. Okay, here it is. I got it. Come on. Come to Mama. Okay, so voila. Now how am I gonna save this? So iris are, the anatomy to me is the same. Here are the rhizomes. These leaves are dead, so I'm gonna pull out all the dead leaves, and I'm going to trim out all the dead leaves. And here it is. Here's a live one. Isn't it beautiful? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim all the roots, and I'm gonna trim the leaves. I'm gonna cut it like that, and I'm gonna soak it in water to give it more life before I put it in the soil. So here's one rhizomes that I think is healthy. It's pink and it still have life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim the roots and trim the leaf. I'm gonna soak it in water, and I'm going to plant it in a another 1 gallon of soil, and I'm gonna save it. It looks like here that I have a few that it's still alive. This one is still alive here, so I'm gonna separate it. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, so voila, another one that is alive, nearly dead, but it's alive. So just take out all the dry leaves, right? And I'm making such a big mess. And the soil is no good anymore, so you don't need that. And then you just clean up your iris, your rhizomes, and I'm gonna show you how I trim it and repot it. But basically, these are the iris, the rhizomes for the Pacific Coast iris, and this one is still alive. So that's two rhizomes out of the 1 gallon pot. I think I have another survivor here. And it's fun to save plants, because plants, they need you. They need TLC. They need tender love and care, right? Everyone needs tender love and care. But plants, they need it most because they actually need attention from humans. Otherwise, they're not gonna survive. So how I think this rhizomes is still alive is because it's still, you see that the leaf, it's kind of green, but it's also turning. However, when you touch the rhizomes, it's hard, and it's not like, it's hard, but it's not dry. So this is another good one to save. And we have this baby here. This one is good to save. And I think that the Pacific Coast iris are very hardy, so they'll make it. So here's another one. It's another one to save. And we have a good one here. It will grow. Okay. We have, let's hold container here. And we have here 1. We have here 2. We have here 3. And I don't think if this is gonna grow. 4. I think this will be okay. 5. So I'm gonna trim the leaf in the back. I'm making too much mess in the front here. But here's another one. I think this one will grow. So I'm gonna wanna clean it up and put it in the soil to see if it grows. But yep. Save your flowers. Save your flowers. Okay. Alright, well, thank you for spending time with me. I hope this helps, and I will talk to you later. Hopefully this helped, and hopefully it will encourage you to go out there and save some dying flowers.